The moment a puppy enters your life, a journey begins, one filled with promise, companionship, and the opportunity to nurture a well-adjusted dog who will be your friend for years to come. One of the most critical aspects of raising a puppy is socialization. Exposing your dog to a variety of people, animals, environments, sights, and sounds during their sensitive developmental window. But what happens if you don't socialize your puppy? What are the short-term and long-term consequences? And how might this choice affect your dog, your household, and even your community? Let's explore the profound impact that socialization, or the lack thereof, can have on a young dog's life. The first months of a puppy's life are a whirlwind of discovery. Between 3 and 14 weeks of age, puppies are especially receptive to new experiences. Their brains are like sponges, absorbing information and forming associations that will shape their behavior for years to come. This is the time when socialization is most effective. It involves introducing puppies to different types of people, other dogs, various noises, textures, surfaces, and environments. The goal is to help them learn that the world is a safe, interesting, and manageable place. Proper socialization builds confidence, reduces fear, and sets the stage for a happy, well-adjusted adult dog. But what if a puppy is not socialized during this crucial period? The consequences begin subtly, often unnoticed at first, but they can intensify as the dog matures. Imagine a puppy who spends most of its early days isolated from unfamiliar people and other animals. Perhaps it is kept mostly indoors, shielded from the bustle of daily life, or only interacts with 1 or 2 family members. At first, the puppy may seem content, but as it grows, the lack of exposure to new experiences begins to shape its worldview. One of the first signs of poor socialization is fearfulness. Unfamiliar people, sounds, and settings can trigger anxiety and uncertainty in a puppy who has not been taught how to cope with novelty. A simple walk in the park may become a source of stress rather than enjoyment. The rustling of leaves, the honk of a distant horn, or the approach of a friendly stranger can cause the dog to shrink in fear or bark aggressively. This fearfulness is not simply a personality trait. It's a reaction to a world that feels unpredictable and overwhelming. As the puppy grows into adolescence and adulthood, these fears can evolve into more serious behavioral issues. One of the most common problems is reactivity. A dog who has not been socialized may bark, lunge, or growl at other dogs, people, bicycles, or even inanimate objects like trash cans. This reactivity is a coping mechanism. The dog is trying to manage its anxiety by creating distance from perceived threats. The behavior is often misinterpreted as aggression, but at its core, it is driven by insecurity and fear. Socialization also plays a vital role in teaching puppies how to communicate and interact appropriately with other dogs. Puppies who miss out on play sessions with their peers may struggle to understand social cues. They might not know how to approach another dog politely or how to disengage if play becomes too rough. This can lead to misunderstandings, fights, and an inability to form healthy relationships with other animals. Some dogs may become overly submissive, cowering or rolling over in the presence of others, while others may become excessively dominant or even aggressive. All signs of a dog who never learned the subtle language of canine interaction. People often underestimate the impact of poor socialization on a dog's ability to cope with everyday life. Simple activities like going to the veterinarian, riding in a car, or encountering children can become traumatic events for an under-socialized dog. The veterinarian's office, in particular, can be a battleground of fear. A dog who has not been exposed to handling, restraint, or unfamiliar environments may resist examination, struggle, or even snap out of terror. This not only makes veterinary care more difficult, but also increases the risk of injury to both the dog and the people involved. The effects of poor socialization aren't limited to the dog's behavior. They ripple outward, impacting the entire household. Owners may find themselves constantly managing their dog's anxiety, avoiding situations that trigger fear or aggression. Walks become stressful rather than relaxing, and social gatherings may be off limits. Friends and neighbors may be hesitant to visit. and other pets in the home may be affected by the under-socialized dog's unpredictable behavior. The emotional toll can be significant, leading to frustration, guilt, and even regret. Over time, the consequences of poor socialization can become deeply ingrained. Behavioral problems that begin as minor nuisances can escalate into serious issues. Some dogs may develop separation anxiety, panicking when left alone. Others may become resource guarders, protecting toys, food, or territory with growls or snaps. In the most severe cases, under-socialized dogs may bite, posing a risk to people and other animals. These behaviors often require professional intervention, and even with dedicated training, the road to recovery can be long and challenging. The risks aren't just emotional, they can also be physical. A fearful dog may run away if startled, potentially putting itself in danger. Aggressive behavior can lead to fights and injuries. Under-socialized dogs are also more likely to experience health problems related to stress, such as digestive issues, skin conditions, and weakened immune systems. The stress of living in a world that feels threatening can take a real toll on their overall well-being. Beyond the household, under-socialized dogs can impact the wider community. Dog parks, walking trails, and urban spaces are meant to be shared by people and pets alike. A dog who reacts unpredictably can create tension and conflict. Other dog owners may avoid certain areas, and public spaces may become less welcoming. In the worst cases, aggressive incidents can result in legal consequences, fines, or the removal of the dog from the home. It's important to recognize that poor socialization is not the result of malicious intent. Many owners simply don't realize how critical these early experiences are, or they may be constrained by circumstances. For example, puppies adopted during a pandemic may have missed out on socialization opportunities due to lockdowns and social distancing. Others may have been rescued from neglectful situations, arriving in their new homes already fearful and withdrawn. Understanding the reasons behind poor socialization can help owners approach the issue with empathy and determination. So, what can be done if a puppy has missed out on socialization? While the sensitive period for socialization is short, all is not lost. With patience, consistency, and the right approach, adult dogs can learn to cope with new experiences. The process begins with gentle exposure, introducing the dog to new people, animals, and environments at a pace they can handle. Reward-based training, using treats and praise to reinforce positive behavior, can help build confidence and trust. Owners should focus on creating positive associations. For example, if a dog is fearful of strangers, inviting a calm, dog-savvy friend to visit and rewarding the dog for relaxed behavior can help. Gradual exposure to new sights and sounds, such as playing recorded noises at low volume and increasing intensity over time, can desensitize the dog to triggers. Structured play sessions with well-mannered dogs can teach social skills, while attending training classes can build obedience and self-assurance. Professional help may be necessary in severe cases. Certified dog trainers and behaviorists can design individualized plans, working with both the dog and the owner to address specific challenges. In some instances, medication prescribed by a veterinarian may be needed to manage extreme anxiety, allowing the dog to benefit from behavior modification. The key is to approach the process with patience and compassion. Progress may be slow and setbacks are common, but every step forward is a victory. Owners should celebrate small successes, such as a dog greeting a stranger calmly or walking past another dog without barking. Over time, these achievements add up, transforming a fearful dog into a more confident companion. Preventing the problems associated with poor socialization is always easier than treating them. For new puppy owners, the message is clear. Start early, expose your puppy to as many positive experiences as possible, and make socialization a priority. Puppy classes, playgroups, and outings to safe, dog-friendly environments can lay the foundation for a lifetime of good behavior. Even simple activities, such as inviting friends over, taking daily walks in varied settings, or enrolling in basic obedience classes, can make a world of difference. Socialization is not just about preventing problems, It's about enriching your dog's life. Dogs are social creatures, wired to interact with their environment and the beings within it. A well-socialized dog is curious, adaptable, and resilient. They can navigate busy streets, greet visitors politely, play with other dogs, and cope with new experiences without fear. They are a joy to live with, bringing happiness and harmony to their household. In contrast, an under-socialized dog may live in a world of anxiety and uncertainty. Their lives become limited, their relationships strained, and their potential unrealized. The difference between these two paths is stark, and it all begins with the choices made in the early weeks and months of a puppy's life. The consequences of poor socialization can last a lifetime, but the power to shape a dog's future lies in the hands of every owner. By prioritizing socialization, you're not just teaching your puppy to be polite or obedient, you're giving them the tools to thrive in a complex, ever-changing world. You're building a foundation of trust, confidence, and joy that will last for years to come. In the end, the question is not just what happens if you don't socialize your puppy, but what kind of life you want your dog to lead. Do you want a companion who is happy, relaxed, and able to share in the adventures of everyday life? Or one who lives in fear, cut off from the world by anxiety and uncertainty? The answer is clear, and the journey begins with socialization. Whether you're a new puppy owner, a seasoned dog lover, or someone considering bringing a dog into your life, remember that socialization is one of the greatest gifts you can give. It requires time, effort, and understanding, but the rewards are immeasurable. A well-socialized puppy grows into a well-adjusted dog, ready to face the world with confidence and joy. If you've missed the socialization window or are struggling with a fearful dog, don't lose hope. Change is possible, and the everyday offers an opportunity to build trust and create positive experiences. Reach out to professionals, connect with supportive communities, and take small steps toward progress. Your dog's future is shaped by what you do today. Ultimately, socialization is about more than just behavior. It's about building a relationship founded on trust, understanding, and mutual respect. It's about giving your dog the best possible chance at a happy, fulfilling life. So, embrace the journey, cherish each moment, and help your puppy discover a world filled with wonder, possibility, and connection. The road may not always be easy, but the destination is worth every step.